morning, Warriors. I'm Kai.
And I'm Felix. Today is Friday, February 9th, 2024. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for tuning in. Let's get to the news.
Black History Month is an annual observance originating in the United States, where it is also known as African American History Month. Black History Month was created to focus attention on the contributions of African Americans to the United States. It honors all black people from all periods of the U.S. history, from the enslaved people first brought over from Africa in the early 17th century to African Americans living in the United States today.
All this month, we will be featuring members of the African American and Afro-Latino communities, showcasing their achievements and accomplishments. Today, we celebrate Matthew Henson. Matthew Alexander Henson was an African American explorer who accompanied Robert Peary on several voyages to the Arctic over a period of nearly 23 years. They spent a total of 18 years in expeditions together. He is best known for his participation in the 1908 to 1909 expedition to have reached the geographic North Pole on April 6, 1909. Henson was the first of their party to reach the North Pole.
For all new and returning players, Jupiter Boys Volleyball tryouts start next week, February 12th at 3 p.m. in the Jupiter Community Center. All athletic packets must be turned in on Activate by February 9th. Make sure you join the Google Classroom code for more updates. 3WGUIKR. Do you play pickleball? Would you like to help sick children in hospitals? If you said yes to both of these questions, you go to Portable One to sign up your team for the first annual Dance Marathon Pickleball Tournament. The tournament will be held on Wednesday, February 21st in the Palm Beach Gardens. The money raised will benefit the Nicholas Children's Hospital.
If you are a Jupiter High School student with a 3.6 GPA or above and are interested in a JROTC scholarship to FIT, you can sign up for a trip to visit Florida Institute of Technology by simply following the QR code. The trip will be on April 18th. ROTC Florida Tech Scholarship cadets receive payment for tuition and fees, annually $600 for books each semester and $420 stripped each month from the Army, and housing and meals coverage from the university.
Just a friendly reminder, there is a Threadheads Netting Club meeting today during both lunches in room 8103. New members are always welcome. Make sure you remember to bring your knitting supplies. See you there. The Deaf Equal Access Foundation is looking for walkers and volunteers for the second annual ASO Community Walk. The money raised from the walk will be used to purchase school supplies for the DHS Palm Beach school students. These school supplies will be distributed at the beginning of the school year. The event will be held on Sunday, February 25th from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. with the walk beginning at 11 a.m. at Okahili Park. Please reach out to Ms. Robin Peterson for more information.
Good news, ACE students. The deadline to register for spring ACE exams has been extended to Monday, February 12th. All ACE students must fill out the registration form to acknowledge they understand that they must complete all compounds and/or be present for both of the ACE exam to get a passing result. If you are seeking the ACE diploma this school year, that is you're taking the 7th exam to fulfill the requirements. It's very important you indicate that on the registration form. If you do not do so, you will not be registered for the ACE diploma. For more information, visit www.jhsace.com or JHS ACE Google Classroom.
Ocean's First members and all Jupiter High students joined them at the beach cleanup at Jupiter Lighthouse Park Saturday, February 10th at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Bringing water bottle snacks will be provided. Join the Google Classroom code with... Oh, God, I messed up. Ocean's First members and all Jupiter High students joined them at the beach cleanup at Jupiter Lighthouse Park Saturday, February 10th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Bringing water bottle snacks will be provided. Join the Google Classroom code KIA7WI7 for all additional info, including how to receive your community service hours.
At the end of today's broadcast is a CPR video made by the American Heart Association. Freshmen and sophomores will be getting hands-on training next week, but everyone is encouraged to watch the CPR video.
Jupiter High's FFA is having a plant sale tomorrow, February 10th, from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. There are plenty of new plants to browse, and they hope to see you there. Also, our agriculture department will also be selling Valentine's Day themed. Succulents during both lunches, February 12th and the 13th, to take home or even be delivered to your friends on Valentine's Day.
Interested in joining the National Dance Honor Society? Join the Google Classroom for more information. Applications are due March 15th. The Google Classroom code is OP4AHUU. Reach out to Mrs. Hanson or Coach Kelly with any questions.
Attention Warriors, read all about Gatsby Woes, snowbird season, the 2024 presidential election, Japanese foreign exchange students, and 3 football legends leaving turned organizations on JupiterWarCry.com, your school's student-led publication. Jupiter Warcry has also created a new outlet to help give guidance to students. Dear Warriors, an advice based on column inspired by Dear Delilah, which was created by Jupiter Warcry alumni and acted as a guide throughout COVID-19. Our goal with Dear Warcry is to give students an anonymous way of asking for advice by scanning a QR code and fill out a Google form. Our staff will choose inquiries to discuss and answer thoughtfully in future issues.
For today's pick of the day, we have more lovely plants grown by JHS's Agricultural Department.
Don't forget, you can purchase these plants on campus Saturday morning.
That's all for the news. Please don't forget to watch the CPR video.
Have a fantastic day, Warriors.
As a paramedic, I've showed up several times. We get the call, 911, you have a response to a cardiac emergency or cardiac arrest, and everyone is just standing around, whether it's coworkers or whether it's loved ones. They could have been doing CPR prior to our arrival, and it's unfortunate because if we were able to have people doing CPR, it could possibly save that person's life.
When I had walked up to the bus stop, there was just this crowd just covering the entire sidewalk, and they were all just standing around this man on the ground who was turning purple, and nobody was doing anything. It was kind of frustrating because there was a ton of adults, like 30 adults standing around this man, and it took me, a teenager, to step over there and say that something needed to be done. Just because of the CPR training that I had received in high school, I knew what to do in a situation like that. I knew the signs of when somebody needs CPR, so my training kicked in, and it was kind of like being back in the classroom responding to it. I told somebody to call 911, and I performed the CPR until the EMTs in the police department and the fire department came.
Everyone should know CPR because everyone has a heartbeat, and you never know when an emergency is going to happen, when someone may go into cardiac arrest. If you don't do CPR, then the person doesn't survive.
I didn't have any response from him, and when the EMTs arrived, they didn't get any response from him until they got him to the hospital, and when he was in the hospital, he was stabilized. When they told me that I had saved his life, I kind of started crying, but it was more like a relief tears that I had actually helped somebody instead of letting them die on the street.
Anytime a friend or loved one is hurt, our first instinct is to help. Hi, my name is Lydia Mackey, and in the next few minutes I'm going to show you hands-only CPR, including how to know if someone needs CPR. I'll show you everything you need to know to help an adult who needs CPR. It's simple. Call 911 and then push hard and fast in the center of the chest. That's it. If you have a remote control for your video player, keep it near you so you can easily pause to practice or replay anything you want to see again. Before we get started, it's important for you to know that the #1 reason people don't give CPR to someone who needs it is that they're afraid of doing CPR wrong. Any CPR is better than no CPR. Your actions can only help. We're going to teach you effective hands-only CPR, and you'll get many chances to practice. You'll learn how to push hard and push fast, so the blood keeps moving until medical professionals take over. Now Minnie Ann is ready. Place Minnie Ann in front of you, like this. Her chest should be at your knees, with her head to one side. Before we begin, let me show you something that will help you know how hard to push. Minnie Ann has a built-in clicker. When you press down deep enough, you'll hear a click. Okay, let's get started learning how to help an adult who needs CPR. Watch as I show you how. Position yourself next to the person with his or her chest in front of you. Place the heel of your hand in the center of the chest. Now put the other hand on top, like this. Now you try it. Put the heel of the hand in the center of the chest. Then place the other hand on top, like this. Now keep your hands in the center of the chest and push hard, straight down. Make sure the chest moves down at least 2 inches. Then let the chest rise completely back up, like this. You should hear a clicking sound if you're pushing hard enough. Keep pushing a few more times to make sure that you have a feel for how hard you need to push. Good. If you need more time to get your Minnie Ann to click when you push on the chest, pause the DVD now and start again when you're ready. Let's practice several pushes in a row. Put the heel of one hand in the center of the chest, and the other hand on top of the first, like this. Start pushing hard, making sure you move the chest down at least 2 inches. Follow along with the music. The music will help you get a feel for how fast to push. Let the chest rise all the way back up after each push. If you stay directly over the chest and keep your arms straight, it's a lot easier. Push down at least 2 inches. Listen for the click. You're doing great. You're getting the feel for how to do hands-only CPR. Now I want to show you how to figure out if the person really needs CPR in the first place. Let's say we've just arrived at a scene where an adult is laying on the ground. The first thing you should do is tap the person and shout something like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" If the person doesn't respond, she's not just sleeping and we'd better get some help, and say it like you mean it. "Hey you, call 911 now." If you're alone, you'll have to call 911 yourself. The emergency operator will ask some important questions so that help can be sent quickly and to the right place. Don't hang up the phone unless the emergency operator tells you to. Once you or someone else have called 911, you need to start CPR right away. The victim might be gasping for air. If a person doesn't respond when you tap and shout and is only breathing in gasps, that person needs CPR. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to tap and shout and get help.
Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Hey you, call 911, now. If she's not breathing or is only gasping, you need to start CPR. Just like you did before, put your hands in the center of the chest and push hard and fast, straight down, at least 2 inches. Allow the chest to rise all the way back up after each push. If you keep your arms straight while you push, it makes it a lot easier. Keep pushing until the person starts to respond or until medical professionals take over. Now let's practice together all the way through, from discovery of the victim to the arrival of medical professionals. Let's begin.
Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?
Hey you, call 911 now! If she's not breathing or is only gasping, it's time to start hands-only CPR. Push hard and fast in the center of the chest. Allow the chest to rise all the way back up after each push. If you keep your arms straight as you push, it makes it a lot easier. Make sure the chest moves down at least 2 inches with each push. Don't be afraid to push hard. Good job. Medical professionals have arrived and taken over doing CPR. If you need to rest, stop the video and start again when you're ready. Well, that's it. When an adult needs CPR, call 911 and push hard and fast in the center of the chest. If others are there to help, take turns pushing on the chest. Switch places every couple of minutes so that you don't get too tired. Whether you are alone or have someone to help you, it's important to continue pushing hard and fast until medical professionals take over. You've learned everything you need to help an adult who needs CPR. Call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest. Your actions can only help. Promptly performing CPR increases the chance that a person will survive when his heart stops pumping blood. Often, the abnormal heart rhythm that is causing the problem can be corrected by an electrical shock from an automated external defibrillator, or AED. An AED is a machine that first reads or analyzes the heart rhythm and then tells you if an electric shock is needed to make the heart beat normally. Many companies and public places now have AEDs in case of an emergency. If one is available, have someone call 911 and bring you the AED. Using an AED is safe. It cannot shock an unresponsive person unless he or she really does need it. Using an AED is also very easy. You only need to remember to turn it on and follow the prompts you see and hear. The AED will talk you through each step of its use. Some AEDs will turn on automatically when you lift the lid. Others will require you to push the on button.
Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
The AED will first tell you to peel the backing off of the adhesive pads and place them on the bare chest in the locations shown by the pictures on the pads, like this. After that, just follow the prompts you see and hear.
Plug in pads connector. Analyzing heart rhythm.
If the victim is an adult, use the adult pads. If the victim is a child, use the child pads if they're provided, or the child key or switch if the AED has one. If the victim is a child and there are no child options, use the adult pads. If you have an AED, use it. It is safe, easy, and can increase the chance of survival for a person whose heart has stopped pumping blood.